there, Tim Kanak with Perkins Roofing. You can see I'm way up high right now on a high rise on Fort Lauderdale Beach. This is the intercoastal behind me with some beautiful multi-million-dollar homes. And we are at a high-rise building right here on the intercoastal. Now, what am I doing up here? What we are doing today, and what we are doing on this project, so you'll see a couple phases of this project, a couple different videos, is this is an old metal tile roof. This is Decra tile. We'll get a close look at it in a second. You can see that this is actually a flat roof that Perkins Roofing did back like almost 10 years ago at this point on this building. So the flat roof, perfectly fine, not touching that. This job is for the metal roof down here. And you can see that these are metal tiles. If you haven't seen my stone coated video, that gives you an idea of how these are installed. If you want to see how the actual metal roof is installed. We are not re-roofing this. What we are doing is restoring this with a polyglass waterproofing system on top of this existing metal deck. So what we're doing is actually going to still be red. We're still going to repaint this red, but we're putting down base flashings that are white. So you'll see that the flashings are going to be white, but when we're done, it's still going to be a nice red color. It'll be slightly different because it's not going to be worn by the sun like these panels have been over time. I'll take you on a little tour here. You can see this kind of is like a wraparound tower type project, and they're also doing like some plumbing pipe fitting stuff while we're here. But you can really see behind me the different screws. I'll zoom in so you can get a good look, and you can see that some of these screws are completely gone, rusted out. See ya. Some of them are still in good condition, but a part of the project is getting these all covered up so that we don't have water intrusion coming in through the screws, because inside of this attic here, you can see from the bottom, the deck, there's not decking, we just have these metal panels, and leaks are coming in through the metal. And this has been happening for years. This is something that we've been working at this building for a while, and this is something that they have wanted to do for a while. And actually, see, here's the ocean side, the ocean behind me. New construction building, and Fort Lauderdale is just ridiculous right now. I've lived here for 10 years, and you can see there's every time I come here, there's new buildings all over the place, like this one. But you can see even like rust stains on the panels down here. I'll zoom in so you can take a look at that. But when we're done, and we'll fly the drone all over the place, but when we're done, you'll see everything perfecto. All right, so like I said, safety first. Got my harness on. Whipped up right here, the wall. I'm gonna go up and over the railing, see you on the other side. So you can see here, these screws, pretty rusted out. Some of them are. And all this stuff here, stuck in the valley metal. We're gonna have to clean all that out in order to coat this bad boy. Like some of the screws are fine, but some of them, like this, you see this one's actually like sideways, rusting out. They ran like some pipes down here too. Another thing to notice, look, there's like screws that are backed out and then not been put back, and now there's like openings in the panels. Stuff like this happens all the time during install. That's why it's very important to hire the right installer. You can see even the rivets are starting to rust out where they riveted the ridge pieces in. You can see all these ridge pieces. Look at this rusting. This is all rusting here. It's not bird poo. This is all just rusting. You see that? So all this is going to be protected by the new coating and these rivets on all these ridge pieces, which are 4-foot pieces. You see it's 4 feet, 4 feet, 4 feet. This one's shorter because it hits the wall, but they're 4-foot ridge pieces. So you can actually see cracking right there. Walk down there. if my harness will let me reach. But you can see all of this rusting all the way down and cracking wide open. So you can see some of the flashing details behind me that we're working on. In order to close off the system, all the wall flashings are getting coated with this very thick material here, this flashing material, and it's getting sealed in with fabric. So it's all closed off. This is all, I can feel the fabric reinforcement behind this. Very heavy. This is very heavy stuff on the wall flashings. So we're focusing on the wall flashings right now, but then we'll be coming around and getting other items. And you can see, I'll show you how I walk on this. This is a Decra barrel vault tile, and it's actually not stone coated, it's some smooth tile. So if this is wet, it's slippery. Like, you don't work on this when it's wet, unless you want to fall. But you can see we're doing all these wall flashings around the perimeter here. As you can see how high up I am up here on the water side. Thankfully I'm tied up. But another view of these screws and what bad condition they're in as I walk around to show you these fabric details here along the walls. Check that out. That's what our details look like. So the flashing grade stuff here is actually PB 77 for the wall flashings. And this is like a very heavy, thick product. It's a thermoplastic, and this sticks to pretty much anything. We use it to stick to stainless steel. There's one building in Miami Beach that hired like 5 roofers that tried to have something stick to stainless steel, and they all failed. All their repairs failed. This stuff worked first try. PB 77. The thing of this PB 7 is you can smell the VOCs, the fumes from here, even all the way up here. But you see, basically what you want to do is 3 course. So you're going to put 1 coat of the PB 77, and then you embed the fabric, the membrane, into the PB 77, the first course, and then you let that kind of cure for a quick second, just for it to make sure everything is straight and it's sticking. You can actually see the fabric being painted in there right now, so that's why they call it 3 courses. You paint it first, it's almost like a primer coat, embed the fabric, and then coat on top of it to seal in the fabric. So that's what 3 coursing is. That's what we're doing right here, is we're 3 coursing that in. So you can see the 77, the fabric, all getting painted in right there into the wall. So check this out. You can see right here, there's a missing piece of metal. You see they have right here, this skirt flashing, counter flashing that drips down from the wall. There's this piece that's actually built into the wall, and then there's this like skirt that clips on. But it had blown off at some point during a storm. You see these screws are loose and rusted out. Rusted out screws, but look, every time that water blows in from this direction, hello, leak, it's just gonna leak straight down behind the roof into the attic and get into people's units down there, right down the wall. So that's why it's so important to make sure that you do regular roof maintenance, because we had been doing regular roof maintenance here on the flat roof, but we did not install this metal roof. So they never called us to maintenance it, even though we had been mentioning to them while we were here about the screws. But you can't see this from there, from the flat roof. The only way to see this is to drop down. You can see there's just like a missing piece of metal. So all this water is coming straight in. We'll have to replace this. This is not something that can just be simply coated here. Here's a good look at the actual panels and the valley, how it ties into the wall flashing. You can see there's openings at the valleys. So these all need to be cleaned out down the valleys. There's a dent in some of the panels, you can see, from impact with something, more than likely. paint chipping from the Kynar coating of the original metal. Yeah, trying to re-roof this thing would not be an easy task. And you can see all the screws on the eaves too. All the panels on the eaves have these rusted out screws. As always, thanks for watching. As we wrap up this video, you're just seeing some of the beginning details of this project here on this Fort Lauderdale metal roof high-rise restoration. This is a way that you can save the metal roof, make it last longer. Generally, these roofs should last 35 years or thereabouts, but obviously being on the saltwater, things are not going to last as long. This is an original construction roof. So here we go. We're going to restore this thing, get this bad boy looking nice and pretty. By the time it's done, you're not going to see any rusting. Everything's going to be nice and sealed, and we're going to have a warranty from Polyglass for the restoration of this roof. This is a system warranty job, so Polyglass is providing workmanship and material warranty as we do this roof. So again, with this type of system, with this type of construction, this is a very dangerous job, so safety is always first. Harness, ropes, safety is the most critical aspect of this job, and making sure that we are not going to have any incidents, and we're going to make sure that everything is looking good by the end. If you have any questions or want to hire us for anything, you can call us for Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys at 305 MIA Roof. For up north, Palm Beach, Martin, and St. Lucie County, give us a call, 561-559-ROOF. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Tim with Perkins Roofing. Peace out.